Hey guys, Sam here and welcome back to another FIFA 17 experiment, another subscriber suggested FIFA 17 experiment. Before we move forward, the lights are on. A lot of people ask me, why are your lights off all the time? It's because I record my videos at night time, guys. For the most part, that's the only time I can record them. I have done a few in the daytime, but most of them are at night. What I usually do is turn my lights off and rely on my monitors to brighten up my face. But I was doing a stream last night, and I know not everybody can join the stream, so I thought I'd bring this to the YouTube video as well. But last night in the stream, I asked people, is the light on better? Believe it or not, every single person in the stream said that the light on was better. So maybe you guys can let me know, which one do you prefer, lights on or lights off? There will be a poll in the top right corner of the video. Go ahead and check it out. Vote which one you want, lights on or lights off. But that is not today's experiment. It's not lights on versus lights off. Today is left-footed players versus right-footed players. Now, naturally, there are more right-footed players in the world. Therefore, this right-footed team might have a bit more depth, but there are some fantastic left-footed players. And actually, if you take a look at football in general, you'd see that maybe if you're picking your top 20 or your top 50 players, I'd say maybe 40% of them, nearly maybe even 50% of them are left-footers. There's something about left-footers. They just got that natural je ne sais quoi, as the French people say. I'm not French though, so I don't know if I can actually say that. If I'm allowed, I don't know. But this idea came from a subscriber. Like I said, the first person I saw comment this was Elliot Paul. He also got the most likes. Unfortunately, I don't know if 100% he was. I searched through my comments. I did a quick control find. I couldn't find anybody else that said it before Elliot. There were a couple of people that said it after Elliot, but I'm giving the credit to Elliot because he was the first person to comment it that I saw. So thank you so much, Elliot. If you guys are enjoying the experiments, and if you guys are enjoying the fact that I'm taking your suggestions, you guys are really making these videos with me. If you are enjoying that, leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. It's great support for me and for you guys. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying this little interaction that we're doing, taking your guys' ideas and making videos out of them. Please do leave a like if you go on to enjoy today's video. Also, additionally, you can subscribe if you are new around here and keep leaving your suggestions in the comment section below. You guys have got some cracking ideas, so I'm looking forward to reading more of them and potentially making more videos that you guys want to see. Without further ado, let's take a look at the two teams, the best left-footed players in the world in one team and the best right-footed players in the other team. All right, let's begin with the left-footed team represented by Manchester City. Antoine Griezmann is up front with Gareth Bale on the left and Leo Messi on the right. Of course, Bale does play right wing. However, he did come up as a left back and left winger there at Spurs, so I think it made a little bit more sense. Messi can play on the left. He did play there as well in his younger years, but it's not too big of a deal. Ozil and David Silva are the two midfielders with Blaise Matuidi as the defensive mid. Fun fact, I had no idea that he was left-footed. I never really picked up on the fact that he was left-footed. Jordi Alba is the left back with Chiellini, the captain, in the left centre-back position, Laporte in the right centre-back position, and Alaba, who doesn't actually have right back in the positions that he can play, but he's really regarded as one of the most versatile players in world football. I've chucked him in the right back position. And then in between the sticks is Thibaut Courtois. In terms of the bench, you got Dybala, Lukaku, Di Maria, Robben, James Rodriguez, Petr Cech. You got Marcelo as the left back backup and Hugo Lloris as the goalkeeper. Also, you can take a look at some of the reserves there: Petr Cech, Matic, Mata, and Mahrez. Moving on to the right-footed players, and what a team this is. You take a look at the back three formation. You got Ronaldo and Suarez up front. Believe me, I don't want to see Suarez in a Manchester United shirt, so it just had to be done. His rating is too high. Neymar on the left with Kevin De Bruyne in the middle. Eden Hazard takes the right mid position with Modric and Pogba as the two midfielders. I mean, we could have Kroos in there. Kroos might end up playing. I don't know who the computer's going to pick, but I've just put Modric and Pogba there. Sergio Ramos, Boateng, and Thiago Silva are the back three with Manuel Neuer in between the sticks. But taking a look at the bench, my goodness gracious. When you have 90 rated strikers, two of them as your backups, you're doing something right. It's Lewandowski and Ibrahimovic as the 2 backup strikers, and Aguero as a 3rd choice there. Maybe even could play a little bit of a center forward role there, Aguero. Toni Kroos, of course, as I said before, in the center midfield position. Marco Reus maybe a bit of a winger option, and Phil Lahm can really just fill the gaps anywhere with David De Gea as the backup goalkeeper. Also, you could take a look at the reserves there, the likes of Vincent Kompany, Higuain, Mkhitaryan, and Buffon. These 2 teams are both fantastic, but if you're taking a look at it just on depth value, the right-footed players are simply fantastic. I think it's too much for the left-footed players. Have to take into consideration the substitutes. You just have to. And I just think that the right-footed players, because there's more of them, just have a better chance of winning, to be honest. But you never know. You never know with these experiments how it's going to turn out. So I'm excited to see how this goes. We'll be simulating the games between these 2 as well. So it'll be interesting to see how those games end up. So without further ado, before we get to halfway through the season, let's take a look at the game between Manchester United and Manchester City, which is actually the 19th game of the season. So right before halfway through the season, let's take a look at who wins between these 2. Okay, the first game between the 2 is a Manchester United home game. Just basing on the lineups, it doesn't look like too many players have gotten injured or anything like that. So it is full-strength lineups for both teams, and both teams are pretty talented. Ronaldo has put Manchester United up, or I should say the right-footed team up, in the 14th minute, and you just expect him to be bagging in the goals. Almost for fun, you would expect. But David Silva picks up an equalizer in the 53rd minute, which makes things interesting. Modric makes it 2-1 in the 72nd, and if the right-footed team can hold on here, it's a big win, and they have picked it up. For a second, maybe I thought that the left-footed team were able to pick up a result there, but it's the right-footed team a bit too good. Just making one substitution there in Toni Kroos, and they've picked up a 2-1 win. So let's take a look at how that win affected the table halfway through the season. Alright, halfway through the season, and it is the right-footed team who only have 1 loss, and actually that win there against the left-footed team has put them in the 1st position. So the left-footed team were in front going into that game. Like I said, that was the 19th game of the season, so that was literally the game before the halfway point there. So the right-footed team now just getting ahead of the left-footed team. The right-footed team, as you would assume, are the better attacking team. They've been absolutely smashing it. 42 goals in 19 games. Fantastic feat there. But you got Spurs up there and Chelsea. I mean, we're not really bothered how the other teams go. It's really about the 2 teams, the right-footed team and the left-footed team. But if you take a look at maybe some of the surprises there, Arsenal in 10th, Liverpool in 13th. I can confirm Huddersfield are dead last, and they have 0 wins. So Huddersfield are not having a good time of it at the moment. But in terms of the other 2 promoted teams, Brighton in 18th and Newcastle United in 16th, isn't the worst right now. Both of them have a chance of not getting relegated. But so far, it looks like this right-footed team is a little bit too strong. I mean, if the left-footed team was coming in with a bit of a lead here at halftime, I'd give them a chance. But I don't think they have it in it. I just do not think that this right-footed team is going to be losing too many more games. They are such a good team. Back to front, they're just so good, and even depth as well. I think it's going to be very, very difficult for this left-footed team to keep up. But without further ado, before we do get to the end of the season, there is another game that might change how this season goes. It's not the last game, it's the 3rd last game of the season, so it might affect how things go. We'll take a look at how that game ends up, and we'll take a look at how the league table stacks up. But so far, the right-footed team are looking dangerous. Okay, here we go. The second game is the Manchester City home game. Again, taking a look at the lineups, nothing really stands out in terms of the starting. Oh no, Vincent Kompany is starting. Thiago Silva and Boateng along with Vincent Kompany, which means Sergio Ramos is not playing this game. Could that have an effect on the game? 35 minutes in now, still 0-0. A couple yellow cards for the right-footed team, being a little bit cheeky there. Ronaldo bags another one. The clutch game player right there. 51 minutes in has put the right-footed team up 1-0. Jordi Alba brings it back and makes it 1-1. Will that have a difference? It's a draw here. So in terms of 1v1 results, it's a win for the right-footed team and then a draw between the 2 teams. Is that going to have a difference? Is that going to affect the table? That's what we're going to find out right now. How did this table stack up? Okay, at the end of the season, my goodness gracious, 2 games later, it's a 6-point win for the right-footed team. I can confirm going into that game, it was a 6-point lead. So had Manchester City won there, the difference would have been 3 points. Whether that would have affected the right-footed team, Would have been maybe a little, I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't predict the alternate universe, but you never know. Maybe if they'd won that game and put it down to 3-point gap, they could have had a chance. But just based on the win-loss record, one loss the entire season for the right-footed team. And we've done a lot of these experiments where we've had these amazing teams, but I don't think I've ever seen a team dominate like the right-footed team has. I mean, it is some of the best players in the game, don't get me wrong, but because we've had the Classic 11 and the World 11 as well, and I don't remember if anybody got over 91 points. Maybe you guys can do some fact-checking there and come back and tell me if Classic 11 or World 11 ever got to 91 points. Granted, they were facing tougher opponents. They were facing like Super League opponents, not Premier League opponents, so maybe that is the difference here. But the right-footed team did lose one game. I'm not sure who it was against. Maybe I should have checked. But I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't give you that information. Knowing these simulations, it was probably Brighton or like Swansea or someone. Speaking of the bottom of the table, Huddersfield did get a win. They got a win, guys. One win. They ended up picking up 15 points in 38 games. Well and truly relegated, really. Brighton Hove Albion also were relegated, and Swansea City on goal difference got relegated, so Newcastle United surviving, the only team of the 3 promoted teams that survived. But overall, I don't think it was a bad performance from the left-footed team. I think they did really well to be within 6 points there of the right-footed team. And maybe a win there, I'm saying, could have changed it. It could have made a difference. But at the end of the day, we had a feeling, and I'm sure you guys had the same feeling, that that right-footed team, the depth that it had, I mean, 90 rated players on the bench, 2 of them, and an 89 and an 88, it's just, you're always going to dominate with that sort of depth. It's such an important part when simulating is your bench as well. And it really came into account here, and I think that's what edged it out for the right-footed team here. In terms of the top goal scorers, Luis Suarez for Manchester United. Just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't. But he picked up 19 goals. Alexis Sanchez for Arsenal, 17. And Philippe Coutinho, who always seems to be in and around here, picked up 15 goals. But in terms of the left-footed players, it was Paulo Dybala, actually, who was someone that was on the bench, maybe ended up getting more games than expected, picking up 13 goals. And the only other player from either teams was Ronaldo in 15th for the right-footed team, who picked up 10 goals, 2 of those goals coming up against the left-footed team. So getting some real clutch goals there and getting the results for the right-footed team. That is it. That is all for today's experiment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Elliot, for the suggestion. The right-footed team were simply too good at the end of the day. If you guys did enjoy this, and if you are enjoying the subscriber-suggested experiments, please smash the like button. It does make a difference. It means a lot to me, and it shows me that you guys are enjoying the fact that I'm working with you guys and we're making videos together. That's how I honestly see it. We're brainstorming together. You guys are giving me ideas. They're sparking more ideas in my head, and we really are making these videos together. I'm not just saying that, it's genuine. I'm 100%, we are making these videos together, so you guys just pat yourselves on the back and smash a like. Additionally, you guys can subscribe if you're new around here, and also, like I said at the top of the video, you guys can also leave your suggestions in the comment section below. If they're good enough, they will definitely turn into a video, so go ahead, don't be shy, leave your suggestions in the comment section below. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. This has been a fantastic experiment, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. I also hope you guys did have a good day. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm not gonna waste any more of your guys' time. Keep it real.